Well, here's a number for you, $3.3 billion. That's how many dollars Americans were estimated to spend on March Madness bets this year. That number was up 50% from just 3 years ago, and a fair chunk of them were most likely not placed by adults. In the past year, a third of American boys between the ages of 11 and 17 have gambled. More and more young people are engaging in high-risk sports betting, mainly because of the 24/7 access they have to it on their phones. And it's not all fun and games. Children as young as 13 are now seeking support for gambling addictions. Our next guest knows all about that. He started fantasy leagues at 11 and was actively sports betting at 19. Saul Malek is a gambling harm prevention speaker. He joins us now. Thank you so much for being here, Saul. So you started participating in fantasy sports leagues at 11, started sports betting at 19. How did one $10 bet spiral into a much bigger issue for you?
Katie, you go back to the early fantasy leagues, the $20 buy-ins for a season-long league, and I look back at how innocent and fun these leagues started. And when I look at the start of sports betting for me back in 2017 with the bookie that I was using at the time, that $10 entry point was simply a way to pass the time. It was an invitation from a friend. And I would say as the early success came about, not only financially, but I could tell emotionally, I felt better about myself. I felt like a big shot. I could brag to my fraternity brothers. I was suddenly in the in crowd, all the while making money easily from my phone. I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job like my buddies do. I can just sit at my phone and I love following sports anyway. And so that natural chase, I think, was just very subtle, very insidious for me.
But it got out of control. So you started out feeling good, right? And then it felt really bad once you started getting stuck in this scenario, right?
Well, it did feel bad, but along the way, there was this delusion that I could recapture what I felt initially, and that the losses were just part of the territory of playing, and that the next one was around the corner. So
right.
Not always as clear as you might expect.
Sounds like a roller coaster to me. How are the numbers that stick out to me are the fact that most of this, not most, but much of this betting is by children or people who are not necessarily of age. So how are children or people who aren't adults gambling if they aren't legally allowed to do so? People think that kids are protected from this because of the legal limits at casinos or whatever, but that's not necessarily the case.
Well, there are multiple entryways for young people, some of which you talk about just using someone else's ID. If you have a parent or a cousin or a brother, or if you're a senior in high school and you know the kids from the grade above you, they have a sportsbook account and they let you use their login information. That's certainly one way. A lot of people are not privy to the fact that the underground bookie ecosystem is still alive and well. And you have one person who is running an account for all the guys or anyone in the grade and they're underage, then that's also possible. And then I also look to some of these earlier platforms where users are not necessarily adults, but they're using free virtual currency in a way that skirts some of the legality of what you would consider maybe hardcore, real sports betting.
So before we go, I have to ask you about your talks and your efforts to prevent this from happening to other young people. Just real quickly, what is your message to those who may be getting into this or those who are in it and want to get out?
My message to people is not don't gamble. My message is to give people the choices and the information to make informed choices around their own behavior. And hopefully, as they see the risks and possible pitfalls, they can make healthy choices where they are not getting immersed in the trap of addictive gambling. So I think considering healthy alternatives as well as the realities of how subtle an addiction can be is certainly worth talking about with young people.
Yes, it is. And we are grateful you came to talk to us about it, Saul. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thanks so much for having me. Have a good night.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.